Hendo, congratulations. What a thrilling win that was over Batley. Just try and put that 80 minutes into words for us if you can.
Yeah, well, I think the team showed a lot of character this evening and a lot of resilience, to be honest, Jacob, because it wasn't the ideal start for us. Unfortunately, our ball control wasn't where it probably needed to be in that first 20 minutes, and I felt that we put ourselves under a lot of pressure. We had to absorb a lot of pressure defensively, and I just felt that probably in the first 20 minutes, Batley probably just were a little bit better in the effort areas. They were certainly a lot better at where they turned the ball over at the end of their sets, and as a result of that, they capitalised and scored 10 points. What I do admire from our team is the fact that we didn't get rattled by that. We showed a level of composure and patience and discipline, and once we sort of got back to our process and started executing that a little bit better, the momentum started to shift a little bit, and I thought we were clinical as well. We had very few opportunities in that first half, and we were clinical in our execution, and we took our chances when we did. I thought the 3 tries we scored were all tremendous tries. Ollie Pratt did a great job, whereas he was probably hoping to get the catch pass away to the winger, didn't quite get it, and then obviously showed enough power to use that leg drive to get over. And I thought AJ Towns' finish was wonderful. He catches a ball over the top, and he comes off his left foot, his right foot, and he leaves Dale Morton sort of in no man's land and turns him inside out, and it was a tremendous finish. But certainly the try of the night was the vision from Liam Harris. I thought, fantastic vision from our halfback and great execution of skill, but also credit to Miles Harrison, who picks it up on the run, timed it well, and got a tremendous offload away to Joe Brown to finish. But again, we had to be clinical because the opportunities were few and far between. But it was that type of game, Jacob. It was like, again, a playoff sort of feel to it. Both teams going set for set type sort of mentality, and that's how it was. But we showed obviously enough character and resilience and quality in the end to get the job done.
How were your nerves in those final 5 minutes or so when obviously Josh Woods and then Liam Harris were going for the 1-pointers, and obviously Liam slots the winning goal over with I think a minute left of the game?
Yeah, do you know what? I wasn't nervous. I'll be honest with you. I have that much confidence in this group of men now. They understand what they need to do, and I wasn't nervous. And I thought we saw some big efforts in that second half because I thought it really was that grind for grind mentality. I mean, the conditions, unfortunately, for those who weren't at the game, it rained for a bit parts of the day today, and it rained just before the game. So we weren't going to be able to play that kind of fluent, expansive, crisp sort of rugby tonight. And we know that Batley are a very dogged side. They're very direct. They're big bodies. They're hard to handle. And I thought we did a pretty good job defensively for large parts of the evening and contained a lot of their threats pretty well. But again, that second half, it was a real sort of like arm wrestle, grind mentality, and I just felt for us we just held our nerve a little bit better, and I thought there were some big efforts. I think even with Josh Woods, the last sort of 2 efforts he was going to put in, the kick pressure team was outstanding from Kermond, Field, Akuma Tai, Fitzy, etc. were really up there putting the pressure on. And then I thought 2 great carries from Akuma and Connor Fitz that got us into good field position to give Liam the best opportunity he could from a fair distance to slot it over. And again, his sort of, I guess, composure and execution of skill at the end to win it for us was tremendous.
Yeah. Touching on the fact that it was obviously Chris Clarkson's last home game, obviously announced the news this week that he's retiring at the end of the season. Fantastic ovation for him, and obviously a fantastic result for him as well. Yeah,
I'd like to thank Batley as well this evening for that. I thought it was really generous of them to set up the guard of honour alongside our players, to give Chris that sort of welcoming onto the field for his final home game here at the LNER, and I thought that it was wonderful that the crowd all rose to their feet too and gave him a really nice reception. So really pleased that he received that. I think we've spoken a lot about Chris over the weekend and about what he brings to this club and this organisation and what he has achieved in the British game, which is all to see. And I'm just really pleased that his teammates delivered. Not just for him tonight, but for each other, and also for our fan base to get him to get a win at home in our final home game.
9 wins out of the last 10 in the league. It's been a fantastic run to the end of the season, and obviously one more regular season game to go at Barrow next week. So I guess you'll be hoping for more of the same. Yeah,
absolutely, and our mindset doesn't change. We go on to next week now, and we'll enjoy tonight. But again, we now focus our attentions to Barrow, and once again, we'll focus on us and trying to make those small improvements to our game individually, collectively, and hopefully we can deliver a performance that's going to earn a result. What will be at the end of the year. Our main focus in this final third of the season was to try and finish as strong as we could. We obviously focused a little bit more on ourselves, and I'm just really proud of the team and the way they've grown over the season, because we have had a lot of disruption. It was a very disrupted and disjointed pre-season. We've then come into the season and we have just sustained what I believe is an unprecedented injury crisis that has gone on for the whole season. We've probably had on average anywhere from sort of 7 to 10 players out most weeks, a lot of them being established players as well and pivotal players. And again, I guess that just, for me, shows where the team, where it started and how it's progressed to the back end of this year with all those different challenges it's faced, and the level of performance we've produced, as you've just rightly said there, 9 wins out of the last 10. It just shows where this team is at, and I'm really pleased that that we stuck to what we believed in, and I've got to thank our owner for that too. He's been a big part of it too, in terms of believing in this youth policy that we've got and sticking with our young players. I mean, it would have been easy for us mid-season when we were, let's be honest, we were sitting 10th and, we were not looking like we're getting many results, and we could have gone out and bought sort of established players from other clubs, etc. But no, we've made this commitment to trying to develop our young talent and have this sort of development model, and I'm just really pleased that those young players who were learning some hard lessons early in the season and to an effect mid-season have been better for that experience. And have come through together, because I think we've had on average for most of the year 5 or 6 players feature any given week under the age of 20. So I think that's quite incredible, to be honest, Jacob, to say what we've had to go through. And you add on the extra games through the Challenge Cup and the 1895 Cup. I just think it's been an incredible year so far, with all that sort of disruption, and challenges that we have faced as a group. So I'm super proud of this group of men. They've really showed how much they care about each other and how much they care about this club. And I'm just so pleased that we've finished on a high at home. But we've got one more to go. And then who knows, off the back of that, the rugby gods might be kind to us, and we may have another competition that we enter. But if not, at least we can be proud of what we've produced at the back end, which will then give us some strong foundations with a good pre-season under our belt next year, leading into 2024.
Just one final one before I let you go. Obviously, like you mentioned, final
Sure.
home game of the season tonight. How fantastic have these supporters been tonight and throughout this year?
Oh, it was brilliant. I thought it was a great crowd. Monday nights, it's not the easiest night, especially for kids as well when they got to school. But I thought they came out in good numbers tonight. The York faithful. It was really good to see. I thought the pre-match entertainment with Skylights was awesome. Great band that hail from this area, and I thought everybody enjoyed what they contributed to the night as well. And like I said, it was a cracking contest between two good quality teams. But I'm thankful that we just did enough to get across the line and send our fans home with smiles on their faces, and they can look forward to the final week now.